Are you still shocked by sloppy work? Guess what? You never defined the standard, and that's on you. You're listening to Success Unleashed, where we show contractors how to grow a 7 or 8-figure business. My name is Garrett Bake, and I've helped over 1,000 contractors and trade business owners just like you put the people, processes, and plan in place to create ultimate freedom. Welcome to the show. It's busy season. Jobs are everywhere. Your crew's running around from location to location to location. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Feels pretty good until you end up doing exactly what you always do. Getting called back because a customer or client's unhappy, going back because something breaks or something's sloppy or something's leaking, and ultimately costing yourself time and money because your guys just can't get it done right. And so you yell at them, you shake your finger, right? You pretend you're mad, and yet the lack of a standard continues. And you wonder why your guys roll in late, even after you tell them not to roll in late. And you wonder why they don't finish the job the way they should finish the job. And you wonder why they don't work a full shift, even though you expect them to work a full shift. See, at the end of the day, you don't have an employee problem. What you have is a standard problem. And they're two separate yet joined issues. What do I mean by that? I want you to think about it this way. Let's say your last employee issue was Johnny, and Johnny just can't seem to get to work on time. He's always 15 to 30 minutes late. And you tell Johnny, don't do it. Johnny, I'm going to fine you. Johnny, I'm going to fire you. And yet Johnny keeps showing up late. Have you ever asked yourself why that is? Why he doesn't respect you? Why he's not scared or worried about what you're going to do? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because you're not a man of your word. It's because you think that by just telling somebody something, they're going to do it. We're humans. And as humans, we expect to be told what to do. Listen, most of us have been employees in some way, shape, or form, whether that's in the construction space or somewhere else. And I will tell you that the difference between good employees and bad employees is simply the standard to which they're held. Period. Yes, there's the overachievers, and we love those, but they're few and far between. So how do we raise the standard? Well, first, let me tell you a story. Back when I was working as a police officer, brand new, right? Brand spanking new. Maybe I should put a picture up so you guys could see what I look like. A little baby, right? But I'm a brand new police officer just out on the streets, and I'm super excited, right? I get to go out and I get to arrest bad guys and I get to write tickets, and woohoo, life is great, right? Driving around in my police car. And I start to take what we call calls for service, right? Now, sometimes those calls were a shoplift or there were a vehicle accident, or I would, write somebody a ticket for suspended license or arrest them for DUI, right? Just any of a number of things. And normally when you arrest someone or you take a call for service, you're required to finish that paperwork, right? Write a report, if you will. And that's usually done within 24 hours, okay? Sometimes if it's an emergency call, it needs to be done at the end of your shift or before the end of your shift. But regardless, it needs to be done relatively quickly. So here I am, Mr. Wet Behind the Ears, brand new officer, and I've got a sergeant who actually is a police chief now. Kind of funny. Good guy. So I've got a sergeant that tells me, hey, look, drive safe, be safe, make sure you get your paperwork done on time. And I'm like, A-okay, boss, got it. So I hit the streets, right? And I take a shoplift call, and then I take a vehicle accident, and then I write somebody a ticket for a suspended license, right? End of the shift, and I'm like, man, I'm really tired. I'm just going to go home, right? I'll just put these away and file them later. So the next day comes. Well, now I've got 3 reports that I'm down, but I'm like, you know what? I don't really feel like doing paperwork, so I'm gonna go hit the streets again. So I hit the streets again, arrest somebody for DUI. There's another traffic accident, and I got to go deal with, a missing child. Cool, more reports. Well, I get one of those done, but now I'm down 6, right? So I'm like, I'll get them done tomorrow. And you can tell where this story's going, right? Eventually, I get to the point where I'm down more than 10 reports. Now, my sergeant can pull this data and see that, hey, Mr. Newbie over here has a bunch of outstanding reports that he's not completed. So he tells me, hey, Garrett, I need you to finish those reports. And I'm like, gotcha, boss. I'll get those done today. Which you and I both know means, yeah, I'll get them done when I get them done. And so I don't get them done. And then the next day, he tells me again, hey, you need to get those reports done. I'm like, yeah, gotcha. Some of these, by the way, are more than 2 weeks old. The third day, he says, hey, did you finish those reports? He already knew the answer. And I was like, no, I'll get to them today. He's like, yeah, you will. He said, let me see your car keys. So I toss him my car keys. He's like, when you're done with your reports, you can go out and play. I was like, wait, what? I'm a grown man, 24 years old, and I got grounded. And I was furious. Why would he do this? He's just insert the blank, right? A-hole, he's a this, he's a that. Like he's coming down on me hard. This isn't fair. Everything under God's green earth, right? But at the end of the day, who was right and who was wrong? Well, he was right. Why? Because I didn't do the thing that I was supposed to do. And he laid down the law. He set the standard. If you want to go do these other things, have fun, as we like to say, right? Look for bad guys, arrest people, drugs, all that good stuff. You want to go do that stuff? Cool. Make sure this stuff is done first. And that singular lesson changed the trajectory of my career because I realized that I needed to get this stuff done in order to go do the stuff I wanted to do. Now, being the guy that I am, I was like, man, there's got to be a shortcut around this, which there is. I started to create templates because, hey, date and time, location, what you did, it follows a very similar flow, right? So I'd create templates and then I'd just fill in the blanks. Then I'd get voice notes and I'd take voice notes so I could remember the stuff that was said and what happened, right? And all of a sudden I started pumping out reports quick, which meant I got to go do more of what I wanted to do. Now, why am I telling you this story? You're not down a bunch of reports, at least I hope not. I'm telling you this story because I want you to see what happened when somebody enforced the standard. Was there complaining? Yes. Was there moaning? Yes. Was I happy? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, what did I do? I raised my standard to meet the standard that was set. So right now, if you're having issues on your job site, it's not their fault, it's yours. If you're having quality issues, not their fault, yours. Employee behavior issues, not their fault, yours. Time issues, not their fault, yours. You can see where I'm going with this. You let this stuff slide by and they know it. And so they'll take your tongue lashing and just keep doing the thing that they were doing before. So what do you do? What do you need to do? Well, I'm going to state the obvious, but I'm going to state the obvious through an example. We have a client of ours that works in California, plumbing company, right? And they had an issue because their techs who get paid to work were showing up anywhere between 7:30 and 10:30 at the warehouse. That's a 3-hour difference. Now in the LA metro area, 3 hours is a big difference, right? Either you're going to work a full day or you're not, and those 3 hours are going to make the difference. So they said, I don't know how to fix this problem. And I was like, cool, I got a solution for you. Tell them to be in there by 7:30. Or maybe let's just call it 8 o'clock. And when that roll-up door goes down, no more jobs for the day. And if no more jobs, they don't get paid. He's like, all right. So what do you think they did? They had an employee meeting. They said, hey, if you're not in here by 8 o'clock, we're closing the roll-up. You don't get your supplies. You're not getting paid. Yeah. Guess what happened? Out of the 40 techs, 28 of them didn't show up on time, didn't get paid. What happens? Well, they don't get paid. And so they complain and they moan and they, whatever the thing is. In fact, a few of them quit. Great. They were the worst performers anyway. But by day 2, the rest of them did what? They were at the office, at the shop, in the warehouse before 8 o'clock. The standard. You have to lay the standard. If you keep telling people about quality issues and you don't write them up, that's your fault. If you keep telling people about being on time and they don't show up on time, that's your fault. You have poor standards. So you have to raise the standards. If you require people to be somewhere and do something, they'll do it. If there's no consequence, they won't. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to create the standard. What is your expectation? The minimum expectation. This is it. You have to share it with them. You have to document the thing. You have to write it down. You're going to have to repeat it. Case in point, over and over and over again until they get it. And if you have people that don't get it, you got a decision to make. And in my mind, it's a pretty easy decision. Don't want to keep the standards? This is not the place for you. Smoking, drugs, time, quality, they don't want to keep the standard. It's not the place for you. At the end of the day, you need to understand this. Consistency needs to be your brand. Consistency. And if you want consistent work, you have to keep consistent standards. If you want to keep dropping the ball, if you want to keep paying more, if you want to keep suffering and stressing, that's not on them, my friend. That is on you. Raise the standard, raise the quality, get paid more, and attract the right people. All right. If you guys want more tips and tricks like this, you know what to do. Join our Build Pro community. It's free for 7 days. Inside, you get tips, tricks, access to experts, specific workshops, tools and templates that you can steal and apply in your business. The link's down below. We'd love to have you join us. All right. You guys know what time it is. It's time to get after it. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. If you're serious about growing your contracting business, and let's be real, if you made it to the end of this episode, you are. We've got a free community built just for you. Inside, you'll get access to exclusive courses, live coaching calls, and in-person events that will give you the tools to scale with confidence. Click the link below to join us, and I'll see you on the inside.